In the summer of 1995, we began as a church plant of Cornerstone Baptist Church of Swartz Creek, Michigan. At the age of 25, married for 4 years and the father of 2 children with 1 more on the way, and while serving as the youth pastor at Cornerstone, the Lord burdened my heart for the people of Shiawassee County, specifically the cities of Owasso and Corunna. This was my mission field. Following the New Testament example, 15 believers, along with me as their pastor, signed the foundational document establishing ourselves as Immanuel Baptist Church. After holding services in my home, we rented a suite in the North Street Professional Building in Owasso. Children have always been a part of our ministry. Our early Awana program won many awards thanks to our song leader and Awana commander, Phil Stewart. After a year, Chris Yeager, with his wife Dee Dee, started as a summer intern and eventually became our youth pastor. Pastor Chris and his wife have since planted a church near Albany, New York. Early services were simple. Once a month in the summertime, we would go to someone's house and hold services outside. Bring your own chair. We even had to baptize new believers in a cattle trough at the Broncomo farm. God blessed us as we outgrew the North Street building and allowed us to get what was affectionately known as the Old Goody Barn in Corunna. It was originally a tractor dealership that turned into a resale consignment shop. Our first services were held in the front of the building, which is now our nursery facility. As the Lord blessed and the church continued to grow, we were able to purchase lumber and drywall and fix up the facilities. The people just kept coming. Eventually, we needed to move to the warehouse portion of the building. A coat of paint and enthusiastic people turned this old warehouse into our first auditorium. We finally had room to grow. Our Sunday school program grew as we trained teachers, built classrooms, and borrowed chairs. Jeff Hines, the teacher on the left, in time became one of our deacons, graduated from our pastor's college, and planted a church north of Lansing. In 1998, we held our organization service, establishing ourselves as a fully independent Baptist assembly. 72 people added their names to the rolls that day as the charter members of Immanuel Baptist Church. Reaching the community was our priority. We passed out flyers house to house, hosting a booth at the county fair, and even entering a float into the Kerwood Festival Parade, all to proclaim the truth of Jesus Christ. As our youth group developed under Pastor Chris, we were able to send our teens on missions trips to faraway places. We went to help Pastor Larry Geraldson at his church near Seattle, stopping to see some sights on the way. Our teens even traveled into French-speaking Quebec to assist Pastor Mike Poirier as he planted a church in the town of Thetford Mines. Continuing our mission to the French people of Quebec, our teens traveled to the Isle de Madeleine to hand out flyers and work for Pastor Bruno Bourgeois as he planted a church. Over the years, Immanuel has started 5 different churches and assisted in the planting of many more. Training young men and women for the ministry has always been a part of Immanuel. Here is a new batch of Bible-thumping recruits. Our children have the opportunity to learn to sing and minister in song. The children's choir is always a favorite during special programs. As our church grew, our choir grew as well, both in size and quality. Rumor has it some people even joined the choir because we were running out of seats in the auditorium. What started out as 1 clarinet and a trumpet quickly developed into the Immanuel Orchestra. Accompanying us as we sing hymns and performing special pieces, they fill our auditorium with a wonderful sound. Continually, the Lord has blessed us with new people. Again, we faced an old problem. We were running out of room. Chairs in the aisles and down the hall meant it was time to build. Breaking ground for the new building was an exciting day for my wife Amy and I. By faith, many of the men of Immanuel signed on to guarantee the loan so we could begin to build the new, larger auditorium. Even our oldest member, Brother Dale Brown, shown here at Spry 96, dug in on that glad day. At Immanuel, we strive to serve Christ with an excellent spirit, and our creed has simply been the Bible. It determines what we believe and how we behave. We have always had great fellowship and fun. Our basketball and softball teams compete and fellowship with other local churches. It is our way of being a help and having a positive influence on other groups of people. As a service to the people of our community, we have adopted the folks at the Duran Convalescence Center, holding weekly services and loving them dearly as an important part of Immanuel. We are continuing to grow in size and in our walk with our Savior Jesus Christ. Our story is not over yet. Come and join us this Sunday and be a part of our fascinating history and a testimony to the God who is with us, Immanuel.